Morning. I'm KC. This is Keystone Curiosity, where we talk about all things unique to the state of Pennsylvania. Today's episode is going to be about Bake Oven Knob on the Appalachian Trail.
Welcome to Keystone Curiosity, where we explore the life, land, and culture of my beloved home state. Pennsylvania has something to offer everyone, and is living proof that the world is a beautiful place. You just need to take the time to find it. Located on the Blue Mountain Ridge that separates Lehigh and Carbon counties lies a panoramic vista known as Bake Oven Knob.
The knob is visible on the approach from the south as a 50-foot bump that sticks up from the top of the ridgeline.
The knob sits at nearly 1,600 feet above sea level, making it the highest point in Lehigh County, and commands a view south that reaches all the way to Allentown. Along the Appalachian Trail, it sits as an easy 1,200-mile hike from the southern terminus of Springer Mountain in Georgia, and around a 940-mile hike from the northern terminus of Mount Katahdin in Maine.
Now, for those of you who don't want to walk quite that far, there is a parking lot that sits at the top of the ridgeline, less than a half a mile away from the vista.
This has seen it become a popular place for both hikers and tourists, with the hike itself taking around 15 minutes from the parking lot. Now, I won't lie, the hike is not exactly the easiest, but neither is it particularly difficult. The trail is well established and very easy to follow. The infamous rocks of Pennsylvania do make an appearance as you near the top of the knob. This is the only truly difficult portion of the hike, as it turns into more of a rocky staircase for the last 100 yards. That being said, I've taken my 5-year-old niece on this hike, and while there was no shortage of complaints, it was immensely satisfying seeing her "I did it" moment as she realized that she had succeeded and made it to the beautiful view that was there at the top. Now, despite the plethora of positive things that I can say about this place, there is one negative aspect that I'd like to touch on, that being the excessive amount of graffiti. While graffiti can be seen anywhere that people can get to, it is nothing short of insulting to see it in places of such natural beauty. The attraction of Bake Oven Knob lies heavily in its easy access. This in turn has been its undoing, as it provides vandals with a quick route to leave their intrusive marks. This has been an ongoing battle for decades, and one that was once deemed a lost cause. But if you try telling that to the nature-loving groups of rural Pennsylvania, they'll tell you to pick up a brush. The Pennsylvania Game Commission has partnered with multiple organizations over the years, including the Allentown Hiking Club, the Haycock Bouldering Coalition, and the Blue Mountain Eagle Climbing Club. Together, they would schedule work days at the knob to clean the litter and remove the graffiti. The process requires the help of local fire departments as they guide a fire hose down the trail. It also takes around 30 gallons of paint remover, lovingly dubbed elephant snot. The snot is first applied to the paint and allowed some time to seep in. The area is then thoroughly scrubbed to get the remover into the cracks and crevices and loosen the paint on the surface. The whole solution is then washed away with water. Oftentimes, pressure washers are used for greater effect. But despite the use of modern technology, it is impossible to return the rocks to their natural state, and sadly some residue of the color will still remain. The entire process takes the better part of a whole day to complete, not to mention the amount of time it takes to organize the event, acquire materials, and set the scene for efficient execution. Now, for those of you who wish to get involved, events like these are usually listed on the Game Commission's Facebook page or on their website itself at pgc.pa.gov. Regardless of my disdain for the distracting graffiti, Bake Oven Knob is well worth the winding drive up to the parking lot and the short hike that it takes to get to the overlook itself. Bake Oven Knob sits at just over an hour away from either Hershey or the Delaware Water Gap, making it one of the best examples of the fact that the world is a beautiful place. You just need to take the time to find it. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. As per the usual, if you have any suggestions on where you'd like to see me go next, feel free to leave them in the comments below. In the meantime, hit that like and subscribe so that you can receive notifications about anything else near Bake Oven Knob or all across the state of Pennsylvania itself. In the meantime, you'll have a good one.